Here's some detail some of you may not know. So I became a charter member of Unity of Payson in 2012, and I began taking Unity's spiritual and education and enrichment courses through their SEE program in the summer of 2013. Then I decided to pursue a licensed Unity teacher certification, and that required more work. It required completing 250 hours of the SEE, a year of practicum, and 120 hours of additional leadership training and classes at Unity Village. The first 40-hour week began with a 4-hour written psychological exam on a Sunday before the week of classes began. Reverend Neal and I met on that Sunday in April of 2016. We were in one of the storm tunnels under the administration building. We were waiting for a shaft elevator that would take us up to the 5th floor to take the exam. We got there at the same time, and we went into the elevator together, just the two of us. Side note, finding that particular elevator was a test in itself, since all of the buildings were locked on the weekends at Unity Village. So we had to go through a tunnel to get that elevator. So it was fake. Each other there. So we went up and we signed several forms, and there were other people there to test also, but the exam monitor put Reverend Neal and I in the same room. And we ended up doing our test at the same speed and ready for a break at the same time. And so we went down to the campus bookstore for a snack together, and we just took a break together. We didn't ask the proctor if we could. We just said, we're going for a break, and we went down. And we talked with each other, and we talked about our goals. It turns out Reverend Neal had begun taking SEE courses in 2013 as well. He was living in Georgia and attending Unity of Atlanta, and Reverend John Strickland was his minister and mentor. I share these details with you because Neal has been through all of this as well. First, he became a licensed Unity teacher, and now he's an ordained Unity minister. So he's gone further than all of that I told you about. So back to our story. After our snack at the coffee shop, we were on our way back up to the testing room, and he asked me a little bit more about myself. And I told him I wanted to teach NVC, which is nonviolent communication, to ministerial students. So I was pursuing the LUT for that reason. I also told him that I had recently realized I had a desire in my heart to find and marry a Unity minister. Do you know what he said? Good luck with that. He said he only wanted to obtain his LUT in order to teach. He wasn't pursuing ministerial studies. And later that week, because we kind of hung out and we did our projects together and everything, he asked what my hobbies were. I told him I liked to ride motorcycles because I did. And know what he said? You'll never get me up on one of those. Well, we stayed in touch anyway. He came to visit a few times, and he really loved the area and the mountains. In fact, he got to hike with the Payson hikers, and he just loved it up on the rim. And he was a guest speaker at Unity of Payson in November 2017. Fast forward to April 15th, 2018. To my delight, Neal was hired as spiritual leader for Unity of Payson. And along with that position came a field licensing program. And Reverend Charlie Tupper entered as Neal's next mentor. She is also with us today and gave us that great meditation. Oh, and let's not forget to forward to August 2018, we bought a custom Harley trike. and we love it. And check out Neil's ponytail. Anyway, so some of you may know that Neil was licensed as a Unity minister last year, June 28th, the morning of our wedding. What's the difference? Well, a license can expire, but ordination never expires. It is a special honor and reveals a commitment to share, to protect, to be a light of God's truth in the world. And what a wonderful journey this has been. Thank you to Unity of Payson for supporting Neil's journey all this way. And now I'd like to turn the floor over to Reverend John Strickland and introduce him briefly. Reverend John is a retired Unity minister. He lives half-time in Georgia, where he is now, and half-time in Tucson. Reverend John has held the position of Director of Silent Unity in the past, and we're so honored to see and hear from him. Reverend John.
Thanks, Donna. Great to be here and with my beloved Sandy right behind me. And actually, we are not in Georgia right now. We're on the mid-coast of Maine. And we wanted to be part of this program. We were out buying art at an art festival, and we had to break away to come back here. So you saved me a lot of money. They had some really good art, but to be here. But I want to just say how honored and proud we are of Neil, but not just Neil, but Donna. You really couldn't separate those two, and the congregation and Charlie all had a part in this. And I want to say there are many of us back in Atlanta, including Sandy, who could see the call to ministry before Neil could. And then, of course, Donna shared the idea at classes at Unity Village. She saw that in him before he saw it. And not unlike many of us who went into ministry, we got to call and kept saying, no, not me, not now, it'll never work. And what a great joy when you finally give yourself over to it. And I have been a mentor in the field licensing program. Charlie, great job. It's a lot of work, isn't it? And so many people came together to lift Neil up as he undertook this long process in the most difficult of times. I cannot imagine going through the program and dealing with the pandemic at the same time, and yet you did it. So what I want to say is, well done, thou good and faithful servant. And as my first congregation said to me when I got my ordination, congratulations on receiving your fishing license. So you know what that means if you studied the Bible. So Neil, congratulations. And you don't have to renew it each year anymore. It's a lifetime fishing license. You are a fisher of not just men, but all people. God bless you. God bless this wonderful ministry. I am so very happy for you. And Sandy, you want to say something real quick?
God bless him.
God bless him. So, wow, a wonderful, wonderful day. And I wouldn't break away from walking along the coast in Maine in June for just anybody. This is for you, Neil and Donna. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Reverend John. And now Neil's field licensing mentor, Reverend Charlie, would like to say some words.
So over the course of the last 3 years, I've served Unity Worldwide Ministries as Neil's mentor. To be a mentor is to walk alongside someone who is serving a ministry while engaging in the education portions of the ministerial program. So Donna talked a little bit about what it took to become a licensed teacher. To become an ordained minister in the field licensing program, Neil was running a ministry and completed 50+ rubrics in different educational areas, wrote papers, attended seminars and workshops. He went before teams of ministers who asked him different questions and also who offered more support. It's been a journey of transformation. And I want to say that Neal is not the same man that you hired 3 years ago. He has answered the call of Spirit within his own heart and is living into that call with everything that he does. And it doesn't stop here because he's ordained. It continues. He will still attend seminars and classes and workshops and conferences, connect with peers, and engage in continuing education. He will continue that transformation work that has begun in him. And he'll keep abreast of the ever-changing dynamics of ministry. We are in times of deep change, and this requires us to look at ministry in new ways. I know that Neal has a vision for Unity of Payson. It is a vision of hope, connection, expansion, and opportunities to take deeper dives into experiencing and expressing the divine within each one of you. The vision is not one of survival. It is one of thriving. So it is customary in Unity that the mentor presents the newly ordained minister with a Bible. And because I am not able to be there in person, I have asked Donna to do this for me. So, Neal, it is my joy to present the Bible to you as a representation of your answer to call Spirit within your heart and the journey that we have shared together over these past few years. I know that you are divinely guided as you move forth in serving this community. You are strong, courageous, inspired, and wise. I am honored to call you my colleague.
Thank you, Reverend Charlie and Reverend John and Donna. I just have words of gratitude for Unity of Payson. What an amazing community that has stayed vital through this last year plus. What a caring community. I don't know if all of you have had an opportunity to attend Morning Cafe online, but if you're ever able to do so, do it, because you'll see the love and care of this community. I am proud to have achieved this milestone, but I can't get out of my mind the vision I have for us as a thriving, robust, playful community, Unity of Payson. So let's do it.